Oh, to be fair. Right. Guys, just two more. That feels weird. What's going on? Anyways, guys, welcome to another episode. We are your hosts, Sean and TJ. It's been a while. It's been a little while.
Sure.
Obviously, when we do content, we like pre-record. Like we've got a lot of content. So for me and TJ, it's been like a really long time. Lots of things going on. So a little bit, just like a little bit of a catch-up episode. To be fair, we haven't even like sat down and spoken. This is time for us to sit down and talk because we've just been so busy with stuff that's been going on. And yeah, so what are you doing to like what's coming up, man?
So I've got Hyrox. I have been speaking on about this in the podcast for ages, but it's finally due up. It's nearly time. I've got, what is it, Sunday? So I've got about 5 days. I've got 5 days till I fly out, I think.
Where are you going? Where are you doing Hyrox?
Hyrox in Amsterdam. In Amsterdam. So I've got 5 days till I fly out, I'm pretty sure. And then they only tell you your time 3 days beforehand.
Yeah.
So 3 days beforehand, they'll tell me my time, and yeah, I'll be there. Hyrox Amsterdam. It's a little bit. I'm excited, but at the same time, I did a little simulation last week and nearly died.
TJ got humbled, man.
Do you know what's so bad about this, right? So I have prepped. I have been training for it. I did want to do like a little vlog leading up to it, but then because I don't have time and I'm putting my time into other places, I just didn't do it. So leading up to it, I have been training, and we had the simulation. I was looking forward to the simulation, and within like the third exercise, which I'm pretty sure was sled pull, my back started giving way, and I could feel my back creeping up. I was like, wow, if this happens in the real thing, I will be fuming. But to be fair, I didn't stretch properly. Like, I usually stretch my back before I do Hyrox anyway. I didn't stretch my back, so I'm going to say that's the thing, but 5 days.
Just got to make sure you do, like when you do fly out there, just do like some therapy and stuff. First time in Amsterdam?
No, I've been to Amsterdam before.
Okay.
I've got family out there. Hopefully they'll come. I'm not quite sure, but I'll definitely see them while I'm out there for sure.
Okay.
But I genuinely wish I prepped or just filmed my prep.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know what's funny? I was talking about this with a couple people, and as soon as I said, oh, I'm doing Hyrox, they were like, oh, my friends, like, they record their Hyrox sessions on TikTok. Yeah. And I was like, oh, man, I've missed a golden opportunity. But there's still time. I've got Amsterdam in 5 days. After that, 2 weeks rest, and then I'm off to Madrid. I'm doing it in Madrid.
That's going to be crazy.
And then I've got a month after that, and then I'm doing it in London. And then, and then in January, I'm doing doubles in Manchester. So it's fun. It's like a little tour. It's like TJ tour.
Yeah, but that's why you should document it, because because the thing is, like, no one actually cares what you do. They just want to see your journey. Yeah. And it's like, regardless of Hyrox, because Hyrox doesn't define you as a person. No, right? So it's just like, just document your journey, bro. Yeah. But I know how hard it is. Like, sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I want to film everything, but then when you're already doing what we do, and it's like, and then on top of that as well, it's just like, it's crazy. But you know, the right time will come, and
I'm just not working hard enough. You went to a little seminar, right, with coaches and stuff like that. Yeah. And Sean got humbled in that aspect.
Oh, mate, yeah.
If we're talking, it's been a humbling month, if anything.
Is it? Yeah. That's why we've been quiet, man.
It's also teaches us, like, we think we're working hard, but bloody hell, there are people out there.
But that's the thing, though, is like, I've mentioned it before on the podcast. It's just like, you think that, you know, all these YouTubers and stuff that have like all these millions of like subscribers and they make money, and it's just like, oh, you know, they post videos and make money. It's just like, it's so much more than that. Like, yeah, some people might get lucky with like a blow up or anything like that, but then even then, like, they first of all, they had the balls to actually just record themselves and do it. But then at the same time, you then have to manage that blow up. How do you then actually entice that audience for them to keep staying and keep... Do you know what I mean? So like, so much work goes into it.
When you say stuff like that, I think about the guy who does the TikToks, like, oh, I can't hit my protein.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
So he had been filming for ages, guys, and no one, genuinely, no one knew about this guy until he started making the videos. Oh, I can't hit my protein, whatever. And I don't like how high pitched my voice goes there. But
Yeah.
but he started doing those videos, and all of a sudden he blew up. But then that's what he's known for.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's nothing else really to him. No offense.
So I was, yeah.
To him, do you know what I mean? But there's nothing.
I'm gonna go in.
to him.
I can go in depth on this because I've been watching him for ages. So like, so I was watching him when he was just doing stuff, and like he was popular. There was a few videos that done well. So he used to stand in the kitchen like posing in front of his like mum and dad and stuff, and like their comments would be so funny, like because it was like it was so relatable because it's what you would do at home 100%. And stuff like that. And that content was so good. And now, fast forward, obviously, like he's sponsored and stuff, and he's moved out with his girlfriend. But it's like, wait, hold on, like the parents are gone.
He's punching, by the way.
Oh, have you seen? I haven't seen that. Like,
no,
for me, it's like
punching.
I just watch people's journeys, and when they get big, I'm just like not interested anymore. But like, he obviously he's now in his own place, and like all of the comments are like, well, like what about the content? Because the whole point of it was the mum and dad reacting. So it's like it's just not the same without your parents in the background, like being, what the fuck are you doing and stuff like that.
But then genuinely, like people who come into a certain part of his journey, like me, I only know him as the
it's true.
And because he's fell off a little, like he hasn't fell off, but the viewership isn't the same anymore.
Yeah, it's like a completely different audience and a different niche.
It's just like, well,
it's just the way it goes.
You're the I can't hit my protein guy, and that's
to you.
Yeah, that's to me because I don't know the journey. I haven't seen it.
Everything's just a cycle, though, isn't it? Like, everything just cycles. Eventually, everyone kind of gets their moment of glory, and when you do, you just have to make sure that.
But it's funny, like you said, that you only like people when they're coming up, and then once they're famous.
Yeah, I just lose interest.
Why?
Because then the content becomes so
niched.
Not even niche. It's just so typical. So like you'll see like, so Matt Does Fitness, for example.
Yeah.
Guy used to just record on like his phone, like doing funny stuff, like, and you could actually see him as a character. I'll never forget. He used to have fruit, and he'd be eating fruit, and you could tell it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. He was late, like working stuff like that, and he had like fruit, and he was like, "Oh, I want a fruit," and it's just like it showed him as a character and a real human being.
Yeah.
Fast forward, bro's got everything he wants now, opening gyms, and it's just like he's just doing his thing, but the content is so structured. It's like, I ate 10,000 calories, I let my son choose my meal, or I can watch that from anyone. It's just like, do you know what? I really like the raw content of like, you know, people just
come up
walking around their house. You know, we said about James Smith. I'm trying to think of
Obi Vincent was one that we both were surprised at. And do you know what's funny? I used to follow Obi Vincent when he had like the tunnel. Like when he trained in a tunnel underground. I think we spoke about this.
Yeah.
He used to train in some sort of like tunnel underground type gym. And because he does CrossFit, I was quite in tune with him. So I could some sort of relate. I was never as good as him, like lifting up 90 kg. But the content was relatable.
Yeah.
But then he like got some sort of like big, massive, and then like the content just wasn't for me. So I unfollowed him. But I've recently started following him again. Yeah,
it's just cycles. And like at the end of the day as well, like how much can we actually control? Because it's the algorithm that pushes it to us. So like realistically, do we even control who we follow? Yeah, because the thing is, like, I've been following people like Matt Does Fitness and Steve Cook and all of that. They don't really get suggested to me anymore, even though I'm still following them, because I think the algorithm just knows that it's not like,
it's not you.
Yeah, so like I actually have to search them,
but then
go on their page.
Is it because you're not physically searching for them, so they completely forget about?
Yeah, but then why would I be anyways?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just the way the algorithm works. But yeah. So, anyways, your journey, you recording. Yeah, you've got a list of things.
I've got a list of things. I've got a list of things coming up, and do you know what? It's in exciting times. It is exciting times. I've got a bunch of plans that I'm gonna launch up. So stay tuned. Stay tuned to my personals and stuff like that. Okay. Little things coming up.
Okay. You said it now. So.
Yeah, no, 100%. And usually when I say it, guys, there's 99% times I'll go through with it. The 1% is because I fell through.
What have you learned so far? Like, what's been your biggest learning curve? Because obviously you booked this Hyrox ages ago. Yeah. Then you kind of got to a point where you were like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this, right? It's only within probably the past like
month or so.
Yeah, where like I've seen you actually working for it.
It's taught me to start training earlier.
Prep earlier, right?
Train earlier. Do you know what? It's humbled me. It's humbled. It's taken a new toll. I used to look at Hyrox and think, it's just another thing.
Yeah.
Where
Go back to like episode 3 or 4.
Where anyone can do it. I mean, I can run a 1K and 5K or whatever. No, it's genuinely humbled me because if you want a good time, like people do it just to say they've done it, and that is absolutely fine, and I respect that. But if you're genuinely doing it for a time where, again, that's what I'm trying to achieve, and competitive mindset in some sort. If you're trying to go for a time, it's difficult because you've got to manage your breathing. You've got to manage, like, in your head, you need to have like time slots of where you're going to complete certain exercises.
Yeah.
So if you got in your head that you've got to complete ski in 3 minutes and then you've got to run for 5 minutes at 1K, then go to the next exercise and give your time slot of 4 minutes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've got to manage that, but it's also with that, you've got to manage your breathing. You've got to reserve energy while you're going around the track. It is so much more to just a 1K and an exercise, 1K and an exercise. There's so much more to it. Why I've started to, humbled, but 2, respect the people who are doing it, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. And shout out to like the 6-year-olds who do it, by the way. I found out there was a 6-year-old who done it the other day. And mate, if I don't beat his time,
don't be surprised if you don't though.
No, I wouldn't. Trust me, I wouldn't.
Yeah, because like if you, bloody hell, man, that's crazy. That's goals though, right? Like,
yeah, that's goals. That is goals. I don't think I'll be doing Hyrox at 60. I'll be honest. I want to be pina colada in my hand, off in Benidorm or something like that, living my best life. But yeah, shout out to him, man. He smashed it. Don't know the name, so sorry, but. Yeah, we know it's you. You know it's you.
Nah, I like this. I'll be real. Like I like the humble version of you.
Yeah, humbled for sure.
It's just like you're a different person when you're like focused and switched on. And it's nice.
My lower back though, pray for that. Pray for my lower back. Yeah. For sure.
Have you always had lower back problems? Or?
No, it's just recently because I sleep on my front. Well, how do you call it? Front or back?
You sleep on your stomach?
Yeah, front.
That's weird.
Yeah, I sleep on. Yeah.
That's so weird.
What do you mean? How?
So like your face is just in the pillow?
No, I obviously switch my face to the other side.
Oh.
And then one leg goes up, so I'm like arched. I'm like spooning someone, but just the bed.
Well, obviously, no one.
Yeah, that's how I sleep. Yeah.
Wait.
But so my lower back is like. My spine is like arched.
Yeah.
So ever since I've been sleeping like that, I've had like lower back pains, but oops. It's just a problem for physio to fix, do you know what I mean? I need to see my physio, to be fair.
I'm trying to think about how I sleep now.
How do you sleep? Are you like a bit of a
No, I'm just on the side.
What do you mean a bit on the side?
So like, just on the side, like.
Why was that so weird?
Or like sometimes I proper starfish, so I'm like
that is weird.
Nah.
When you were sleeping, if you got like someone in bed with you, how'd you sleep?
There's never anyone in bed with me.
No.
Yeah.
How'd you sleep? Did you go to full spoon mode?
No. Like my back's to them and I'm facing out.
Now you know why no one sleeps.
Yeah. No, it gets too hot. I like my body just preserves and radiates heat. So like,
do you start sweating?
No,
I used to start sweating.
But like, I just get really hot and then it makes everyone uncomfortable. So
yeah.
It's just better if I stay away.
I used to start like projectile sweating. So if someone was like hugging me or if like I was big spoon, just sweat. Yeah, man, crazy.
That's so weird.
It's so weird. But then I can't deal with like sleeping with sweat or sleeping with like.
Yeah.
So I have to turn off and then go off to my position.
Yeah.
And then I wake up with like a leg on top of me or an arm on top of me. Yeah.
So like, okay.
From the other person.
Yeah.
Yeah. You with me?
Yeah. Yeah, no.
We're just talking about our sleeping positions, guys. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. And then, what else been going on, man?
Your coaching experience, you didn't really touch upon it. How was that?
Yeah, so what have I been up to? So went down to Kingston. So if anyone's like a long term listener, you know, obviously like I have a business coach that helps me with like, you know, X, Y, and Z. We done like a meet up or like a mastermind. I mean, you can book onto masterminds anywhere really. Like there's a lot of people that do it. But it was nice going there, meeting like some of the rest of the guys that also do it. And you know, it's a really humbling experience when you speak to other people. You understand how much they do. You know, because I think in the world like humans just need each other. Because I could be really good at something, but then someone else might not. But then they're absolutely amazing at another thing. Like for me, like I think my weakness is like sales and selling, but the high point is like content. Like because when I was there, everyone was like, "I fucking love your content, bro." And it was like, "Oh, the content's so sick." Like every conversation was about like the content. So like the content is right, but it's just like, yeah, but now I need to like work out the other things around business.
Much time on content?
Maybe, but I like it, so it doesn't worry me too much. And again, like if it gives people value, that's the most important thing.
What is your viewership on content, like per episode? Would you say average?
So like Reels is like an average of 2K. Then YouTube, I've only started doing long formats of YouTube now.
You do videos now?
Yeah, but it's like training videos, so that it'll be like so one that's done quite well recently is time management. So it's like 10 minutes on how to manage your time.
Is that a Zoom or is that actual training?
So it's a Zoom, but it's kind of through like a whiteboard where like I go through it as I'm talking to people.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, you need to do this. So that one I just screen shared and then went through my calendar, showed how I used to do like my time management and how to like time block things. That's done really well actually. That's on 75 views. But long format content, like half an hour videos gets about 50. Like YouTube shorts are just up and down. Like I'll post it, some will get like 400, like some will get like 10K, and then others, like maybe on average, will be about 1.1, and it just seems to flatline there. Same with TikTok, like you get to like 450, and it just flatlines. So it's like, what's the point of, you know, because there's so many TikTokers that will get like 1 million views and then they don't get anything out of it. At least like people are still messaging me, asking me questions, like saying that they like the content. So that's all that matters really. Like it still provides value for people.
Yeah.
So that's all that matters really, not views and likes, because, you know, what does that even mean? Like I scroll through stuff and just like stuff, but it doesn't mean I like it. Right? Yeah. So, but yeah, that was really like, that was crazy. Like obviously we had speakers there. So we met his coach. Then there was like a sales guy who talked about like sales, who's worked with like some pretty crazy people. And then
in just those, like how many speakers were there?
So I mean there was like others there as well. So in total there was like 8 speakers.
And if we combined all their salaries or all their wages, what like just estimate like in a month what all of the 8 make? Just in a month.
I don't know. But I couldn't.
We're talking like millions, right?
Yeah. Like
all of them together.
I mean, he showed us his transactions. Yeah, that was a different type of flex. It was literally like, so because all it was so you know, a video the other day, it was like about the economy of the mind, and it was like how you can always see something as negative or like stock markets are going down, whatever, but there's still money out there, and it's just like trying to fix our perception or your mindset on money and like cash flow, and because there's always transactions going on. And his whole thing was he just wanted to show us that people will pay the money if they feel like you can actually, yeah. So yeah, that was mental, and it was just like, wow.
What was that transaction then? How much was it?
So the first one, I don't know what they had to do, but basically had to be split payments because you couldn't make one full sum. Yeah. So it was, one was like 89K, and then they paid, the other one was like 47 or something like that. It was like split payments.
That's one person.
Yeah.
That's one person making that transaction to another person. Yeah.
And then he showed us a spreadsheet of like 10 other people who were like paying him that on a monthly or whatever. It was just like, it was just mad. And I was just like, because like his thing is obviously now like work with less people, but different types of people that will pay that money. So it's like that was nuts. And then so yeah, that was a humbling experience because it was just like, do you know what, like these guys actually like. And we've had this conversation before. Like people work hard. Like my mum is like one of the hardest workers I know. She outperforms me like every single day, but it doesn't make her more money, right?
It doesn't make difference.
So it's not about working hard all the time. It's just about how or like where you put that hard work.
Stuff like that surprises me because the cost of living is a real thing right now for people who are obviously not earning as much as they should.
Yeah.
But then there's people like that. Like from one transaction,
but then you also,
and that's not even that's half of it.
Yeah.
He's still getting another transaction coming through the next day.
But then that's the thing is like obviously, like cost of living is just very everyday stuff. Whereas like it depends who you work with because.
Do you think the cost of living is an excuse for people just to?
No, it's a very real thing, bro. Yeah. Like it is like, but.
Do you think if you were genuinely working, you could...
From a PT point of view, people say about cost of living or like can't afford food, and then you look at their Deliveroo account and it's like, bro, you're spending like £300 a month on takeaways. Yeah. So there is that side as well. It's really difficult. It's actually really difficult because there is a lot of hardship, but...
That's a little bit like us though, because I'm pretty sure if we go on our Costa...
that's a good account, yeah.
If we go on our bank apps and we go on Costa,
tells
monthly,
you how much.
It's about 500, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
So that's the thing. It's like, and obviously,
is there a cost of living, or are we putting ourselves into that cost of living bracket with like the small things we're buying?
Yeah,
a coffee every day, guys, is about let's go £3.
Yeah, bloody hell. And if you're going, but when we're talking about flat whites and an actual coffee is about £5-6.
How crazy is that?
Yeah, I know. It's mental. That's just, it's disgusting.
Yeah, and we keep going.
you can get a jar of coffee for like £2, like decent coffee as well.
It's not the same, is it?
It's not, but you know, we got one. So. Yeah, you know, it's just. But then we're also talking about completely different worlds. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of pounds being transferred. Like that's not even. It's not the same conversation.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's
a different world.
It's not the same money bracket. Do you know what I mean?
And that's the thing. So, but you know, this is worldwide as well. We're not talking about, you know, working in a gym and in your area because, you know, some area, like you go to London and you charge more.
Whole country,
we're talking about the entire world. So you could be speaking to anyone. Interestingly enough, I've applied for a job.
Nice.
I haven't told you this. This is jokes. I've applied for a job to train a CEO in Dubai.
So, no way. How did this come about?
So I was just, because like I'm trying to get better at LinkedIn, so I was just kind of scrolling through, and then it was like a recommended job advert. So like if you update all of your profile and stuff, obviously it, like the whole it's all networking, right? So you'll get like job recommendations, and it came up as like recommended, and I read it, and it was like relocation. All you do is just train the CEO of like the real estate company. Like you would have to pretty much like work with the nutritionist, dietitians, his physios. You would have to hold him accountable, make sure you're there when like he finishes work and stuff. So it's just like, I was like, do you know what? I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna apply.
Damn.
I was like, I'll just see in it. Like,
you ready for the next step, moving abroad?
Bro, I said it. I was like, do you know what? I'm always open to opportunities, but if there was an opportunity like that where like you go away for like 6 months, if I'm in a different country, I'm not going to be spending money because I don't have any distractions around me. If I could just disappear for like 6 months, make money, then come back, yeah, why not, man? Yeah. But it wouldn't be 6 months. That's it. I'd be roped in it.
Yeah. and you can't say you wouldn't spend money because the times that you would have off, you would want to explore and cost.
Yeah, that's
money,
true.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can't say you wouldn't spend money. You would, 100%. It's just where your money would go, you wouldn't really think it's going anywhere because you're seeing it as a like maybe an education purpose. Do you know what I mean?
It was all tax free as well.
Yeah. Oh, mate. Yeah.
But this is the thing, right? We're talking about
when did you apply for this, and why did you not tell me?
like bro. I was literally because like I don't expect anything to come of it. It was just like it was literally just scrolling and it came up, and I was just like, do you know what? I'll just throw my profile there and just see what happens.
When was that then?
Literally like 2 days ago.
No way.
Yeah, it wasn't even. I was literally just scrolling. I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. It didn't even cross my mind. I was just like, I'll just apply, see what happens. Probably nothing come of it, but it did also open my mind a little bit. And I was like, there is people that are just paying salaries for just to be there.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about a whole other like yeah, it probably gets run through like business expenses or whatever, but just fathom that. That's mad.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy.
So, but again, you know, we're talking about places and people where money is just a joke. So
big time.
But then and I always love the thing is that if everyone was given £1 million, it would end up in the same pocket anyways. So if you took it's a really interesting thing. So it's like if you divided, so that let's say what Elon Musk is worth is actually cash and not valuations, and then it all got spreaded out because of what he's done and how he's
operated.
Yeah, he would find a way to crowdfund all that money back, so then to keep doing what he does. So it's just like, because people spend money, right? And it just goes through, it's just, it all filters to the whatever, however many different people, like you'll have a Jeff Bezos, whatever. So it's just like, money flows to the people who kind of attract it. Yeah. So
I reckon as well, if you gave everyone £1 million, half of that is going to go to Teslas anyway, so...
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But that's the thing, right? But then who makes a Tesla? Who gets the money? So that's the thing, is like, it's the economy, like what position or how have you set yourself to be in a position where you're attracting the money?
Yeah, big time.
Rather than spending it.
Big time. A lot covered today, eh?
So, I mean, yeah, and then obviously, photo shoot. So,
oh, yes, photo shoot before we wrap it up.
So, yeah, TJ's doing his Hyrox. I've got a photo shoot coming up in December. So yeah, trying to get lean, because obviously I think I don't know how in depth I said about like competing and stuff, but
you're gonna compete next year.
Yeah, maybe.
I think that's decided now, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I keep saying it. I feel like I just need to do it. So the photo shoot is for me is like a taster, because I see how lean I get, see if I enjoy the diet or like get any type of buzz from it. If I do, then I'm like, okay, cool. Like now it's triple hardness and like triple mental breakdowns. But you know, if I kind of see myself like that, then I might get a buzz from it and I might go, oh, okay, yeah, like let's go the next stage. But we'll see how that goes. If not, if I end up hating it and I'm like, nah, because like for me, a lot of people don't like them seeing like the gain weight. So like a lot of people, so when you're training, you're like, oh, you should really be like eating carbs after the workout, and they're like, oh, but that'll make me put size on. I'm the complete opposite, because I spent so long in high school being like quite slim, quite skinny, like bloody hell. I remember just like shoveling pasta down my throat so many times just to like try and gain weight, and it was like I never want to be that again. So like I think in my head I've got like the opposite, where I get scared of losing weight because I don't want to be skinny again. Oh, okay. And it's like when the t-shirt bits, when it doesn't fill out, I'm like, oh no, like I really panic. And like that's why I've never gone through like a proper cut or like a proper deficit, because it terrifies me. Because I'm like, oh, I don't want to be like skinny again. I don't want to be like it was only like probably last week that I actually went, fuck, I've actually got like
body dysmorphia.
Yeah, literally I went, fuck, like I've actually sat down and evaluated. I was like, shit, man, like that's literally what I've been terrified of.
That's crazy. Just 2 more revealed Sean's got body dysmorphia.
Yeah, I was like, well, it's probably, maybe it's not body dysmorphia,
no,
but it's like,
it's not body dysmorphia,
it's like,
but it's like,
I can't explain what it is, but it's
like appearance anxiety, but then that will go down as body dysmorphia. I think you just like, it's just something that gives you PTSD, right?
Yeah, it's just like, yeah.
Right? and you just don't want to go back there, so you just do everything to avoid it. So when you try do cuts and stuff like that, it just recycles itself into some sort of bulk, and where you're eating more without you actually knowing it, and subconsciously you're doing it, but you just don't know you're doing it. And I think you've just like started to realize that now that you're going for another cut.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this.
Yeah,
but because I've always said I'd rather just look good in a t-shirt than
big time.
not.
Big time.
But again, the hardest thing is that you have to go through cuts and bulks. If you're doing stuff natural, then yeah, that's how you should be doing it. But I was like, yeah, that's crazy. Because like, but again, it's now, what's nice is that it's not about, and this is another mindset thing that I've had, is like, it's not about the person in the photo, it's about the person who I'll be once that photo is. Hopefully it's a Sean. Hopefully it's a Sean that goes, oh, okay, I'm not afraid of, weight can be fluctuated. It's okay if you're skinny or
big time.
whatever.
Big time.
And it's like, hopefully that version of myself is a lot more mature, has learned a lot more, and hopefully it looks fucking sick. So
no doubt it will, man. No doubt it will.
So yeah, photo shoot, Hyroxes,
a lot covered,
bed positions, and moving out to Dubai. Yeah.
Well, a lot has been covered, guys. Just 2 more in the house. Make sure you share this to everyone, friends, family, neighbors, your work colleagues, gym partners, gym friends, anyone you talk to. Just mention it. Oh, I'm listening to Just 2 More. It's quite a good podcast. Just mention us, all right? Just give it a like, give it a follow, turn on notifications. Am I missing anything?
Nah.
I think I've covered everyone.
Yeah.
Mum, dads,
just
girlfriends. Just do it.
And your nan.
And your nan. Gorgeous nan. Teresa, I'm talking to you. I should have used another name.
Yeah, no, literally, yeah. Right, over and out.